What's up, family? Ghetto News, Porter Man, Dash 20, Maryland. Late today is Moon Monday in my city, Chicago, or Magnificent Monday is what I'm going to call it. September what day is it? September the 19th. Let me get it right. 2022 in my city, Chicago, so they say. I just did a video and I flipped the Bible to Job. It was Job chapters 30 and 31. I already did that video, but I said I was going to do 29, 30, 31, but then I added, some told me to go to chapter 32. Now, in Alcoholics Anonymous, AA for short, the ninth step has promises. And they say you will be amazed before you are halfway finished. Now, I was reading, Job chapter 32, and it got to part where they start talking about the opinions and of Job. Let's just read it right fast and see if I can get it out the way. It says, I'm just going to read the underlying part. Let me see. Let's start with Job chapter 32, verse 8. It says, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. See, people in Alcoholics Anonymous, a lot of newcomers want to hear to God because they feel as though God has let them down, and that's why they start drinking, drugs, smoking, or whatever the case may be. They lose God, but God, send people like me to renew their faith. So this is basically what I'm trying to get you to understand. It says, great men are not always wise, neither do they age understand. Neither do the age, meaning you could be up in age, understand judgment. Therefore I said, hearken to me. I also will show my opinion. My opinion. So let's talk about the doctor's opinion in Alcoholics Anonymous and stuff, because we all have opinions, right? You understand what I'm saying? It says, behold, wait a minute. Behold, I wait for your words. I gave ear to your reasons. Whilst ye search out what to say? Yea, I tended unto you, and behold, there was none of you that convinced Job or that answer his words. So if you're in Alcoholics Anonymous, because they was going to name Alcoholics Anonymous big book, the book of James or something like that, but they, named it Alcoholics Anonymous because they didn't want to scare people or whatever and stuff from the meetings or whatever, because, they looking for any excuse not to get help anyway. But we're going to talk about God today for real. It says, because that was the only one that saved me. Real talk. When I needed AA, I'm telling you, it was nobody but my higher power. It says, verse 13, it says, lest ye should say, we have found out wisdom, God truest him down, not man. It says, now he have not directed his words against me, neither will I answer him with your speech. Now, in this the part, the ninth step promises. This is Job chapter 32, verse 15. In the ninth step promises of, AA, big book, it says, you will be amazed before you are halfway finished. So this lets you know that the Bible and the big book coincide, and that's why I say, when I wrote my book, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors plus one song, distributed throughout the land, just like the Bible. You understand? Because, it all coincides. Okay, verse 15, chapter 32, Job says, they were amazed. They answered no more. They left off speaking, which means they had nothing else to say. They dumbfounded. It's like, it's got to be something, because we ain't helping her. My enemies, this is what they thinking. And where is she getting all this, knowledge from before she even, when she speaks it, she walks it like she talks it. She's speaking to existence, so to speak. And then she flips the Bible open. And I talked about it in my last video, the crown, my book, and it all coincided in my last video, in that Job chapter 29, 30, and 31, pretty much describes. I'll put it in the description of this one. But this is going out to the doctors. Let's just get just. Let's just get to the doctors. 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 cut through the chase or whatever and stuff. You know, you got a doctor's opinion. Now, they try to take 19 years of sobriety from me. Today being the 19th of September, the AA opening is coming up in my city, Chicago, at Chicago State University. Get there, I don't know, get there by 4, get there 12 o'clock if you want to do service work and stay out the way. You understand what I'm saying? From people who's trying to recover, you know, give something back for once. Now, they did me dirty in my city, Chicago. You understand? A lot of people plotted against me, wanted to know if I was staying sober, if I was really putting that work in or whatever and stuff, you know. And so they took it upon themselves to try to take 19 years of sobriety from me at the Cook County Jail, put me on a psych ward for no reason at all, wanted to make it seem as though I was crazy, deranged, like they did Jesus. Mark chapter 3 and, 3 and 20 something, 3 and 21, I believe it is. You know, they try to say he was crazy. And anytime they don't agree, like Dave Chappelle said, you know, they throw the crazy word out because it's dismissive or whatever. But the doctor's opinion says, because for all you doctors that's getting high off your own supply, who gonna help you? You understand what I'm saying? If you don't believe in God and you think you God, you understand what I'm saying? Who do you believe in when you need help? Okay, I'll wait. And this is why the doctor's opinion in the big book, get you a small one and, you know, read it every now and then if you're a new person struggling with drugs, alcohol, or whatever the case may be, because it works for anything and everything, real talk, not just alcohol and drugs. Now, they say we don't talk about drugs and alcoholic meetings, but they do, because they talk about prescriptions and the doctor's opinion and all that. You understand what I'm saying? So here we go. I'm going to read the doctor's opinion. Hopefully I get through it. It says, we of Alcoholics Anonymous believe that the reader will be interested in the medical estimate of the plan of recovery described in this book, Alcoholics Anonymous, I'm paraphrasing. Convincing testimony must surely come from medical men, ladies too, don't forget. I am a girl, Mary Lee, your ghetto news porter, originator, rap music since the age of 8, 1975, who have had experience with suffering of our members and have witnessed our return to health. A well-known doctor, chief physician at a nationally prominent hospital specializing in alcoholic and drug addiction, gave Alcoholics Anonymous this letter. Right there, you can Google it. I'll put it in the description of this video if you don't believe they're talking about drugs also. So it says, to whom it may be concerned, I have specialized in the treatment of alcoholism for many years. In the late 1934, I attended a patient who, though he had been a competent businessman of good earning capacity, was an alcoholic of a type I had come to regard as hopeless. In the course of his third treatment, he acquired certain ideas concerning a possible means of recovery. As part of his rehabilitation, he commenced to present his conceptions to other alcoholics, impressing upon them that they must do likewise with still others. This has become the basic of a rapidly growing fellowship of these men, women, children, ladies, gentlemen, and their families. This man and over 100 others appear to have recovered. I personally know scores of cases who were of the type with whom other methods had failed completely. These facts appear to be of extreme medical importance because of the extraordinary possibilities of rapid growth inherent in this group. They may mark a new epoch in the annals of alcoholics. These men, women, children, whoever, may well have a remedy for thousands of such situations. You may rely absolutely on anything they say about themselves. Very truly yours, William D. Silkworth. Now, you know, this is kind of a lengthy page, but I want to get to the part where it says, because I don't have limited time, it says, men have cried out to me in sincere, despairing appeal. Doctor, I cannot go on like this. I have everything to live for. I must stop, but I cannot. You must help me. And this is what the doctor says to the patient. Faced with this problem, if a doctor is honest with himself, he must sometimes feel his own inadequacy, although he gives all that is in him. it often is not enough. One feels that something more than human power is needed to produce the essential psychic change. Though the aggregate of recoveries resulting from psychiatric effort is considerable, we physicians, meaning the doctors, must admit we have made little impression upon the problem as a whole. Many types do not respond to the ordinary psychological approach. I do not hold with those who believe that alcoholism is entirely a problem of mental control. I have had many men who had, for example, worked a period of months on some problem or business deal, which was to be settled on a certain date favorably to them. They took a drink a day or so prior to the date, and then the phenomena of craving at once became prominent to all other interests, so that the important appointment was not met. These men were not drinking to escape. They were drinking to overcome a craving beyond their mental control, which means my dope rap and that I, constantly told in AA, rapped about in AA, is about 2 minutes long, which means you got to have depth and weight with a story. A person has to see, feel, and understand and be able to comprehend and relate to a person who has been going through whatever they go through, because a lot of people don't want to admit, first of all, that they have a problem because they feel like you don't understand. Okay, we are not giving them no excuses today, though, because I've been in this trap building 6210 South Kembar Avenue, Chicago, 60637 with a bunch of men. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't supposed to show up for nothing like this. They have given me heartache, and they say in AA, before you get them sober, they'll get you drunk. I'm not their caretaker. Steve is the ones administer them drugs and stuff like that. I don't get paid what he get paid and stuff. 9 times out of 10, he getting high off his own supply and try to kill me to save his ass. And that's why I'm here today. And that's why they held me down at the Cook County Jail with 19 years of sobriety. You understand what I'm saying? In 2016, had me sleeping on the floor, on Mother's Day at the 1st District Police Station, because somebody was hating on my sobriety. Christmas is my sobriety. I just did a video. It stopped on, when I stopped the video, the time was 12:26. Now, they don't want me to have any gifts and stuff, my people or whatever and stuff. Jehovah's Witnesses, ain't supposed to be having Christmas, but, Janet Jackson, my ex-girlfriend, LaWanda George Jacobs, gifts. And they Jehovah's Witnesses, right? But Kwanzaa celebrate Christmas all day, Africa. You understand what I'm saying? For a whole week. But when it comes to me, they don't want me to have nothing, not even my sobriety. A gift is from God, and surprise to kill you. So this is going out to Winnie-Mac. You understand what I'm saying? From Africa. You understand what I'm saying? You can't have my legacy. None of y'all doctors, because it was an African lady who snuck in my room on the Cook County Jail and held me down when I wasn't even doing no wrong. Snuck in with the correctional officer, you understand, just to shoot me with some drugs, trying to kill me, trying to get me to go off. You know how I do? I break the balls. You understand what I'm saying? We already did the Bible scripture, Job chapter 29 through 32. You can't have my crown. This is number 13. Mario Durrell Evans. You already know. Don't play with me, boy. I ain't the one to play with. You was just like your mama. You drank like a fish. You understand what I'm saying? You did your little song and dance in 1995. Started the ball rolling. That's why they put me on the psych ward in 1995. Because you was on your, drunk and stupid or whatever. You and your mama playing games with my life. Quit playing. Real estate, banker, all that. Stole my writings. Did the most. Nothing happens in this world by mistake, okay? Step your game up. I got 203 over here. It's still about that basketball game. Now it's 204. You lost.